Introduction. Your childhood may be over, but your brain doesn't know that. As far as the unconscious part of your brain is concerned, your childhood provides the evidence that proves who you are and how the world works. Change that evidence, and you change what you experience in your life moving forward. Just like changing the coordinates in your GPS changes your destination. This is not about changing how you feel about your past. And it's not about reframing what happened to you. This is about changing what happened to you. The idea of changing memories may seem unfathomable, but that's only because you've probably not heard of it before. It is a relatively new area of research in neuroscience. The work we do in the Remmert method is based on the research of scientists and researchers like Dr. Amy Milton, behavioral neuroscientist, fellow in neuroscience and senior lecturer in the Department of Psychology at Cambridge University, who specifically studies memory reconsolidation or memory editing, and Dr. Julia Shaw, psychologist and research associate at University College London. Dr. Shaw specializes in false memories. Memory reconsolidation is already being used to treat post-traumatic stress disorder. We have taken what we've learned about the effects of childhood memories on the adult, how brain chemistry is created, and the progress in the field of memory reconsolidation, experimented by changing our own negative childhood memories, and have experienced complete transformational change. Since then, we have helped hundreds of clients to experience the same transformational change by changing their own negative childhood memories. Our mission in sharing this information and the aim of the step-by-step techniques and tools in this book is to empower every individual to decide what they experience in their lives by choosing a new childhood that proves those results. As is shown in Dr. Amy Milton's and Dr. Julia Shaw's work, the unconscious part of the brain can't tell the difference between reality and imagination, can't use logic or reason in the way the conscious mind can, and can't judge something as unrealistic. Considering this, it will accept any new evidence of who you are and how the world works, while you will still consciously know what originally happened. Just like changing the coordinates in your GPS. The GPS will accept the coordinates of the new destination, while you, as the driver, can still remember your previous destinations. It's the difference between implicit or non-declarative, unconscious memory, and explicit or declarative, conscious memory. We will show you how to change implicit negative childhood memories to the opposite, positive, and empowering, while shifting the original memory to declarative.
About the authors. We are not doctors or scientists. In fact, before we found ourselves in the world of neuroscience and helping others to empower themselves, and long before we met, Odille was a professional actress and singer, and I ran my own business as a designer and builder of custom-made furniture. We had each struggled throughout our lives to fix ourselves. On our own personal journeys to find solutions for our problems, we would share what we learned and help others along the way. This led me to go back to university to do a psychotherapy degree, and Odille to become a life coach. By the time we met, we were both using some of the techniques we now share in this book. The rest we developed together, through seeking solutions for ourselves and others by researching and putting together information we learned from various sources. We experimented by applying our findings to ourselves to change our own lives and then shared it with others. When we saw that our method worked equally well for others, we continued to develop it, to add and to improve on our techniques, to find solutions for our clients, to help them overcome challenges and trauma, and to empower them to create the changes in their lives that they were longing for. Changing the world by changing childhood memories. As humans, we have key instinctive priorities. 1. Our primary priority is survival. If we don't survive, nothing else matters. 2. Our secondary priorities are connection, altruism, and helping others. While these instincts are about survival, the first is concerned with immediate survival, and the second are related to long-term survival. For this reason, when a person feels safe, which means loved, respected, and abundant, in addition to feeling physically safe, their automatic instinct is to reach out and help others. That's built in as part of how the human brain works. If a person does not automatically feel a desire to help others, be kind, compassionate, and share, it's because their brain is in survival mode. Bearing in mind that, to the unconscious part of the brain, survival equates to feeling loved, respected, valued, and abundant. If the tribe doesn't love, respect, or value me, I'll be rejected and die. And if I don't get enough, I'll die. It is logical that all negative emotional states put the brain and body into a state of emergency. Regardless of the reality of their circumstances, this is all about how a person feels based on their implicit childhood memories. Even if they're wealthy, even if they're loved and respected by others, even if they're powerful and successful in their field, if their brain repeatedly refers to the evidence from their childhood experiences that proves they're in danger because they're not loved and they're not valued, it will still be putting them into a state of immediate survival, regardless of their current reality. Remember, helping others is secondary to immediate survival. While changing the way children are raised is an essential part of changing our world, what we'll share in this book is that those changes can also be made retroactively. Blame. This is not about blaming those who raised us. If they had been raised differently, with kindness, compassion, love, affection, support, respect, freedom, enthusiasm, encouragement, fun, and feelings of being safe, they would have become different adults. They would have become different parents and grandparents. They would have automatically treated us in the same way that they were treated as children. This doesn't excuse what happened to you. There's no excuse, and all children deserve kindness, love, compassion, support, and affection. All children deserve to feel safe and loved unconditionally. Recognizing that their childhood determined their self-image, worldview, and beliefs and behaviors is not about excusing them. It's about empowering you. Blame doesn't empower, and this is all about self-empowerment. We consider this information to be fundamental in improving world problems. From environmental solutions to peace among nations, to transforming communities and solving poverty, discrimination, and derision. Our goal is to help individuals to automatically feel safe, happy, and loved because their brains are referring to the new evidence that proves their new empowered self-image and worldview. The knock-on effects will be the secondary human priorities: connection, kindness, compassion, and finding solutions based on those qualities. It starts inside the individual. Community and connection. We've worked with hundreds of people using our methods. The information we share in this book will empower you too to change your own negative childhood memories to the opposite positive and empowering. Having said that, it's important to know that you're not alone. As Dr. Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey explain in their book, What Happened to You, a supportive community is a key component to effectively healing from childhood trauma. Though there doesn't necessarily need to be trauma for you to need that support. Whether it's your church, a club, family, or a group of good friends, if you feel safe and supported with them, ask for help and connection as you need it. We have a loving, supportive community that you're very welcome to join as well, and we'd love to hear from you. We've included a frequently asked questions section at the end of the book, but if the answer to your question isn't there, please feel free to reach out through our website or social media. We're here for you.
A note on trauma. It's important that you do not attempt to address trauma on your own. Trauma is experienced differently by different people. And through our work with clients, we found that trauma is not always what most people expect it to be. Regardless of the events themselves, if a memory feels highly triggering, we recommend asking for help with it. If, when you consider a particular event, the negative feelings are an 8 or higher on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is most triggering, we recommend you contact a certified Remmert method practitioner. You can find a list of practitioners trained and certified by us on our website. You can also seek support with changing your traumatic childhood memories by joining one of our private group sessions or workshops. We can help you to change the memories without your needing to share any details, or by contacting us for guidance via social media. Sensitive topics. We share some emotionally sensitive topics in this book, including suicidal state of mind. Although we don't go into any unnecessary detail and all the experiences we share have happy endings, some listeners may find the subjects themselves triggering. Do keep listening, reaching out to us if you need support as you go, because these examples and stories are a key part of empowering you and freeing you from those triggers. If you or someone you know is at risk of suicide, please call the National Suicide Prevention Helpline at 800-273-8255 or text HOME, HOME, to 741-741 or visit speakingofsuicide.com/resources. Real-life examples. This book is a collaboration, and while most of it is written jointly by both of us, you'll hear from us separately as we talk about our own individual stories. We also share experiences from some of our clients and those in our community. We've changed their names and identifying information to protect their privacy.
A word for parents. We are both parents ourselves, and we know that learning this information can be a double-edged sword. As you find out about the effects of your own childhood on your life as an adult and learn to change those negative memories, you may find your mind wandering to your parenting of your own children. Depending on what references your brain holds from your childhood, this can be a strong trigger for guilt and regret. We've both been there. It's important to remind yourself as you go through this book that you've done the best you could with the childhood references that you had at the time. We're all children in adult bodies, trying to cope with adult responsibilities. Think of it this way. Considering that all our coping skills are learned in childhood, it is effectively the child in you who's been trying to parent your children. How can a child be blamed for not being able to parent effectively? You are always, unconsciously, doing the best you can with what you have. And the key to empowering your children moving forward, whether they're still children or not, is to first address your own references. You can't give what you don't have. So keep your focus on changing your own childhood memories, and the positive knock-on effects on your relationship with your children will be automatic. The most effective way you can empower your own child is to change the childhood of their parent, you. If your parents had different childhood experiences, if they had felt safe and loved throughout their childhood, they would have been different parents to you. They would have made different choices, and they would have automatically treated you the same way that they were treated, with kindness, compassion, respect, support, enthusiasm, and patience. The same goes for you. If you had had that kind of childhood yourself, you would have automatically been a different parent to your own children. But now you can make that change moving forward. You can't go back in time and change how you parented your children up till now, but you can change your relationship with them automatically from this moment onward by changing your own childhood memories. It starts with you. Note from the authors. Think of the changes you want to make in your life, whatever they are, as a destination. This book is designed to take you from where you are now to that destination. Whether that is peace of mind, feeling happier, being in a loving relationship, feeling confident and safe, feeling loved and connected, improving your financial situation, improving your physical or mental health, or changing anything else about your life or yourself. The way to get there is by learning to drive your vehicle, setting the GPS coordinates to match that desired destination, and then staying on the road until you reach it. We're so excited for you.